Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me. I am still Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com. It is still in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any of our platforms. Please reach out to me directly. I am Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we are discussing a spectacular limited edition from 2019 in stainless steel. This is the 900-piece Grand Seiko High Beat SBGH269 from the Heritage Collection. This is the autumn dial. The watch designed to evoke autumn as well as the warmth of traditional lacquered Japanese wood floors. You can see both in the color and in the patterns applied, it does feel like a warm wood floor on an autumn morning. Now the watch is nicely sized, as you can see here, neither undersized nor oversized, 39.5 millimeters in diameter in steel, 13.4 millimeters thick. From lug tip to lug tip, if we're just talking about the case, 47.2 millimeters. If we include the solid end links of the bracelet, then the total distance across the wrist is 49.5 millimeters. We have a vintagey and very heritage appropriate 19 millimeter spacing between the lugs. So out of the hand and onto the wrist now. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, and you can see it wears well. Now, I could envision wearing this watch on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference if it were on a strap. On the integrated and solid end link bracelet, I'm going to say 15 centimeters circumference wrist and up. Taking a look down the barrel, you can see the lugs themselves are nowhere near the edge of my wrist. The cuff shot reveals that the slope of the case flank shouldn't cause any encumbrance to a sleeve sliding up and over. And then from over the top, which always exaggerates the width of the watch, I should add, you can see the lugs are still inboard of the edge of my wrist just. Taking a look at the bracelet, nice piece. You can see integrated end link designed to follow the slope of the lugs, but also the curvature of the case. There's no daylight showing between bracelet and the case itself. We have a little bit of a taper from the end link down to the clasp. You can see that we have staggered link alignment with these polished intermediates, and then the shoulder links have a rolled bevel on their side with polished outer faces. Removable links here are fixed with screws. You can see we have intermediate sized links in there. In case you find yourself in between sizes with the primaries, you can go to the intermediates and incrementally sized down there. We have a thick gauge steel single fold swing arm, twin trigger release. You can see on the clasp the GS logo. We've got a combination of polish, satination, and media blast, so the attention to detail is excellent. You do have to press both triggers. This will not pop open inadvertently. And because this is a steel Grand Seiko bracelet, you can see the removable links are fixed by screws, not pins and sleeves. The case is beautifully fluid, almost a tonneau more than a round case, and the polished segments feature Grand Seiko's fabled Zaratsu tin plate polish. So a spinning tin plate, that's where you start, and then the artisan holds the surface to be mirror finished against the spinning tin plate. Now this takes about 3 years to truly master. It's performed on Zalitz machines that are of European origin, but the foremost practitioners of this type of specular finish are the folks at Grand Seiko, Crador, and Seiko. So this is truly state-of-the-art, a hand-finished case on a watch priced well under $10,000, and it is true black polish from many angles. You can see how the lug here is turning black, except at that one angle at which it reflects the light. Now the faces of the case, you can see on either side satinated with a little bit of faceting to the underside of the lugs. Grand Seiko still expects its users and owners and enthusiasts to swap straps, which is why strap tool holes are still included. We have the Grand Seiko crown on the flank of the case. You can see it's partially countersunk, so it doesn't stick out too much. It is a screw down. The watch is 100 meters water resistant. We'll get a little bit closer to my light source here. Now you can see we have a genuine rose gold hand, and I guess I better fire this up because what's a watch that's not telling time? But Grand Seiko dial quality is, in my opinion, co-equal with Rolex as the best in the mainstream luxury class. So for example, get that fired up. I believe that Grand Seiko is even a little bit beyond Rolex in that Rolex dial quality is on par with the fit and finish of Grand Seiko dial, but Rolex dials are made by machines, whereas Grand Seiko dials are made by people. The lacquering here is outstanding and deeply beautiful, and you could see every piece of dial furniture, the frame for the date, the logo, the indices, the hands, micro-faceted by artisans with diamond-tipped milling tools who only work on these tiny parts all day long. They are very specialized craftsmen in their own right, and once these little parts have been micro-faceted, satinated, faced, and polished, Then they're placed by hand and they're caulked in place. Now you can see that that seconds hand glides more smoothly than a conventional mechanical movement. This isn't spring drive, but it is a high beat automatic, whereas most watches are 8 beats per second. This is 10, like a Zenith El Primero. Now we have stop seconds for setting against a reference time. We have a quick set date, automatic winding. It has a 55-hour power reserve, and you can see on the reverse, we have this spectacular oxidized titanium rotor. Now it's a full disc rotor that's been skeletonized to show you the caliber 9S85 underneath, and it is a beautiful sort of crystalline metallic pattern in oxidized green, adjusted in 6 positions, one more than a standard chronometer. It will also run better than a standard chronometer, as Grand Seiko cites -3 +5 seconds per 24 hours. And again, high beat, 55-hour power reserve, 100 meters water resistant. This is necessarily, I would say, an all-arounder, neither a dress watch nor a sports watch, but the best of both. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.